Alright, this is a way to incorporate my cornbread boilie recipe and try to make it a pop-up. We've got a 1/4 cup of corn flour, or about 1 ounce, weighed out. We've got a little over a slice, maybe a slice and a quarter of moist white bread. Should be about 1 ounce as well. And we've got 3 tablespoons of dried egg powder, or 0.8 ounces. And what makes this a pop-up is the plain pop-up mix that I purchased off of a Carp website. They've got different colors and flavors, but I just went with the plain white because I want the corn flavor to be my flavor and scent. Now I packed it down with my fingers and it came almost to about 2/3 of a cup, or about 2 ounces. Now what I want to do is to mix all of the dry ingredients and then incorporate the blended up sweet yellow corn to it. Alright, here's the pop-up mix after I put all the dry ingredients in the food processor. Now what I'll do is put it in a larger bowl and I'll slowly mix in the cream style until I get a good texture on it. Here's the pop-up dough. Comes out really good. There's really no big chunks or anything in it. Alright, here's the final cornbread pop-up that had some plain pop-up mix incorporated with it. It's a lot firmer than the cornbread boilies. The pop-up mix has stiffened it up quite a bit. It actually takes a good bit of pressure to crack one open. But these you can freeze a couple different times and reuse them on the hair rig, unlike the cornbread boilie that seems to crack once you try to pierce it with the hair rig. So I'm really impressed about these, and I'm going to show you a couple of different methods to make pop-ups, and then at the very end I'll show you what they all look like in the water. I'll roll a little ball, take the cork, put it around the cork ball, and just roll it in your hands. This is another reason why I really blend my cat food up really well, because you don't want those big chunks. They'll start falling apart. Now I do like the pop-up mix better that I incorporate, but if you do use the cork balls, at least if a turtle or crawfish or something comes by and takes the bait off, you still have that cork ball. And it's going to infuse with that scent as well, and you can still catch something with that cork ball. Or you can put a regular boilie on and then put one of these on top, kind of make like a little snowman. But that's just another tip to get a pop-up. And you know, you don't have to order pop-up mix either. That stuff's not cheap. You can just keep on reusing these things. Here's another way that I create a pop-up. I basically will take my hair rig and put a cork on with a bobber stop. And then I'll usually always take a little bit of the paste with me. This one happens to be the cornbread boilie paste that I did. Basically make a little ball, smash the red boilie around it, and if you can, you might be able to roll it a little bit without doing any damage to your finger. But that's it. Okay, here's the boilie test that I was wanting to do. The one on the left is the cornbread boilie that I had mixed the pop-up mix with. and you'll see with the size number 6 hook that it is pretty much buoyant, and that's with no extra weight on it. The one to the right is the catfish boilie with the anchovy, and you'll see it's pretty much sunk. It must be the extra cat food that's weighing that down. To make it a little bit more buoyant, you might go with a smaller hook or add a little pop-up piece of corn or something to it, a little red piece of foam. Now the one in the middle is a corn pop-up that I ordered offline. That is my control. That's what would happen if you bought a true pop-up off the internet. The one to the right of that, the red one, which is the highest one, that one is a cork ball that I wrapped with the catfish boilie, and you'll see that is a true pop-up. And the one on the right is the paste that I put around the cork ball. Alright, let's go over here to the cornbread boilie. And you'll see it's just buoyant. The hook just wants to sit right on the ground. You know, you put another one on and it might not do the exact same. Now here's the catfish boilie, and it's fairly buoyant. It's going to drop a little bit. You see, one with the cork ball is very buoyant. And then the one over here is my paste. You see, you might be able to see that the flavor's coming off of it since it's a paste bait. Alright, you'll notice I put a small weight on these. I had the pop-up, the catfish anchovy boilie, and then the cornbread paste. Both of these have been wrapped around a cork ball. This one cooked, this one not. And you'll see the little weight weighs them right down. So that one's about perfect right there.